All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. We are back for some more Final Fantasy XIV. Last year we got a lot done. I went for a little over 5 hours playing. So that was a fun stream. Um, we got some Paladin armor from our class quest, because we hit level 45. Level 40. No, level 45 is where we got the class armor from. So we have a few pieces of armor. I bought a new sword, a new shield, because I felt like I wasn't doing much damage, and I really wasn't. So, yeah. Now we're just waiting until level 50 so I can get the level 50 quest to get um, the chest piece. So that's going to be really good. Um, we are about to potentially queue for Hawk Manor, because we did the quests up until this dungeon last night. So, yeah. I'm a little nervous, like I always am when I'm running this, because I am playing on a Japanese server, and they are nothing if not discerning about people that they group with. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get put into this queue, shall we? A party of players. Hawk Manor. I will be skipping these cutscenes just to quickly get into the dungeon. Once we're done, I'll go to the inn room and I'll play the cutscene in the inside the inn room, so we can see them. This dungeon is one that confuses me on where to go, so I'm not exactly going to be the fastest at running this because I haven't done it much. It's just like the other dungeons. The other dungeons are more straightforward. They're more of like just a straight shot, straight path. This one has twists and turns, which I think it's more or less just a straight line ish. Pathway should be very clear. There's just a lot of side rooms and stuff. But needless to say, I am a little bit nervous. I always am when I queue up. Could just do this with NPCs. In fact, I may do that. If we don't get a queue pop here in the next like 20 seconds, I'll pop out of the queue and we'll just do it with NPCs. NPCs, unfortunately, are a little bit more reserved with their actions, so the damage output is not going to be as high. Alright, we're going to just pull out of the queue here. Um, I don't think we're going to actually get anything, so we'll just enter with NPCs, make this go a little bit more simply. Conjure, Thaumaturge, Lancer, register, and let's go. Now we can watch the cutscene, because we're doing it with NPCs. Because it's a Japanese server, it is the middle of the night over there, so there's not going to be very many people playing right now on this server. So this was kind of inevitable to have to queue. um, with NPCs, which is totally fine. Alright, let's go. I need to... yes, I do. I don't mind doing this one with NPCs. Things aren't dying as quickly, but this will give me a chance to really kind of like learn the layout of this one, see if I have the route right. I need to use my defensive a little bit more here because this Conjurer is not healing me very quickly. Last thing I want to do is die. The thing about a player healer is they're a lot better with their heals than an NPC. Once we get past this dungeon and get to the next one, if I have to queue for the dungeon with NPCs again, they should be job classes. Like, there should be a white mage as the healer, and any of the other ones should also be like full-on jobs instead of just the base classes for them. Am I going in the right place? Yeah, it should be this room right here. Fighting this one. No, I didn't mean to do that. Darn it. Gotta get some fat fingering. Alright. Yes. Unlock this door. Pretty sure we want this tiny key. Now that one died quickly. Okay. I don't think we need to open that door right there. I think we run around this way. Let me out. Ooh. Oh my god. This is actually very scary to do with just NPC healer. I actually find that I trust player healers more. stand here and get smacked. I mean, that's the tank show. You know. How is this going to work with the second boss? These guys like to not target the target that I pick. Alright. Green key. Then also got some gloves. I mean, I don't need them. I have my Paladin gloves now. So not a huge deal about gear.
It's the last day of summer. I know it's so sad.
Many apologies for that. Fighting? Are we fighting the servitor? Is that what we're fighting? Like, I can never tell what these NPCs are fighting. Because they don't fucking target my target. It's really annoying. So they're kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because they choose what they want to fight. They don't fight what I am fighting. Kind of annoying. Okay, so I go this way? we'll find out. Skip that door. Come to this door that has the yellow key in it. Yes, I want to use the key to unlock the door. Fighting this one. Why do you have to fight the one that I target? So strange. Yellow key. Begs the question, which one they're gonna frickin' kill first. I'd like to kill the Jester first. They're targeting this one first. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? No. Broke my combo. Little Jester guy is annoying because of the spells that he casts. May hit level 50 in this dungeon. Aethral Fiend earrings. Oh, apparently. Oh, because this was better than that. Alright, let's take the Aether Flow. Then we come up here. Use the bloody parchment. Oh, I thought I got hit by that. Lady Amandine. Alright. Here we go. Phase her away. Away. That. Uh-oh. 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 Look away, look away. Tank Buster. I don't really know what's considered a lot of damage in this game. These are called Tank Busters, at least. Look away. Oh, grab that. See, this is taking forever. This boss probably would have already been dead by now with an actual party. This is why, like, the NPCs are great because I'm able to get the dungeon done, but, like, here we go. Turn around. Hey. DPS not gonna... DPS Lancer not gonna... Okay. Whatever. Okay. Alright. Dungeon cleared. We did it! Hooray! Yay! Alright. Is that a spear? Oh no, it's a conjurer's arm. Okay. Nice. Alright. Alright, here we go. Here's the cutscene. darkness has taken root within these halls. Sprung from the most unlikely of seeds, one cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength for Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Alright, well, there's that. Report to, let's see, where is this person? They are in Gridania, so we're just going to teleport there. Right. Aethernuts. We're gonna go to Lancer's Guild. And we're gonna go this way. Zoom. You are returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So, she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked man you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence, I allowed I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, though misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Alright. Now we pray return to the waking sands. Welcome back, Yukari. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me how fared you on your sojourn to the Twelves Wood. Two of La Habrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then. The Asians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that the Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Asians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Almost level 50. Minfilia is waiting to brief you and your fellow Scions on a new development. Are we getting audio or am I reading?
リムサロミンサのグランドカンパニー国家団から依頼があったわ。
Okay.
コボルド族の調査結果が来たのね。
ええ、そうよ。正確には調査結果を受けての依頼というところかしら。
どういうこと？
落ち着いて聞いて。リムサロミンサのコボルド族が万神タイタンを再召喚したらしいの。
Oh boy.
依頼内容はタイタンの討伐。国家団の討伐隊へ同行し作戦に協力することよ。国家団は以前からコボルド族を継続して調査していたわ。
国家団が設立される数年前、万神リヴァイアさんとタイタンが同時期に召喚されたことがあったわ。この時メルウィブ提督は海遊旅団という傭兵団を雇って送り込み、討伐を成功させた。しかし2つの蛮族はしばらくの後にそれぞれの万神を再召喚し復活させた。
この時は幸いどちらも一時的に召喚しただけで大きな被害はなかったのだけどね。でも願いが万神を権限させる以上、万神殲滅の難しさを物語る事例となっているわ。
それ以来国家団は蛮族を、特に先の召喚以降頻繁に活動していたコボルド族を重点的に監視していた。そしてこの依頼というわけね。
悪いことに万神イフリートと違って情報が圧倒的に少ないわ。唯一万神タイタン討伐の実績がある傭兵団海遊旅団は5年前に解散しているの。つまり戦闘記録がないってこと。
激戦になる。国家団に同行するとはいえ相手は万神。どういったことが起こるのか想像できない。しかもコボルド族は閉鎖的な蛮族。シルフ族の時と違って対話による解決は難しいでしょうね。今度はあなたの超える力ではない、あなたの冒険者としての力が試されることになる。いくらエオルゼアのためとはいえ危険すぎるわ。この依頼は断っても。
Now, why would I
協力して
decline?
くれるの？
Yeah, of course I'll accept.
ありがとう。
You're welcome.
リムサロミンサとくればヤシトラですね。ちょうどこの件にも詳しい。ミンフィリア。
ヤシトラ、お願いできる？
元よりそのつもりよ。
ありがとう、ヤシトラ。よし、やるとなったらとことんやるわよ。 本依頼は暁の決命全体で支援します。加えて本来の任務は継続。私たちが任務で一緒に行けない分しっかり支援するのよ。サンクレット、いいだ。それぞれ担当国のグランドカンパニーへ行って状況説明と支援要請を。ウリエンジェさん、バルデシオン委員会へ連絡をお願い。できればアルフィノにも。パパリも少しでもいい万神タイタンの情報を集めて。依頼の詳細は国家団の作戦本部でしてくれるそうよ。現地へ向かって。
Okay.
十分に用意をして出かけてね。あなたたちにクリスタルの導きがあらんこと。
Alright. Quest accepted. Alright. Speak with Rashad Riki. Over here. Ah, okay. So we need to go to Limsa. Go to the Aft Castle, probably. Yep. Good to see you, Private Mori. The Scion sent word that you are on your way. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. At a little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogamoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Private Mori. Right now, I am proud to call you one of our own. Forget the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Yukari personally. We are no stranger to conflicts. Long have the Sahagan and kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten peace, it was the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands, and no blood would be shed? And was it not the Laminsons who violated the agreement, satisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Ishtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely I do claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our own swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of aether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. I trust I can count on you, Private. You have my thanks, along with the fullest support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosha. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhaps you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Okay. I don't think I can... I don't even have the Marabi Dry Docks crystal. Oh, I know what I can do, though. Even though I don't need to go there, I would like to get the dry docks. So we're gonna go to Aleport really quick. And then we're gonna talk to the ferry skipper. Pretty sure this will take me... Yeah, Kettle keep quiet. Yes, I will be traveling with you. Here we go. Haha, my cute ass little Moogle mount. Get this Aetherite here. Long way to ride. Whatever. Enjoy the scenery. And the music that is on this little floaty. Once we hit level 50, we will go do the level 50 Paladin quest. Almost there. How there's no Aetherite up north here is a little insane to me. Because an Aetherite would go just fine to this little settlement right here. But I guess they felt like the one at the Marabi Dry Docks is the best one to have for Lower Lenosha. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time of finding a lass or three. You gonna say something, adventurer, or just keep staring? Eh? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hells. Price of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige you. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tractum was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Eager to regale you with stories of his days. Okay. Regale me. So you want to hear the tale of how the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do ya? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, I? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. It was a mighty struggle like the legends of old. Titus. Pretty sure that we're looking for information on Titan. Me and the boys fought it for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Boy, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest by the windmill just south of here? Aye, do that and we'll talk. Alright. We'll do that. Let's do that. Wow, quite literally just south. To get. Just really spawn it and then like run away and just wait for me to kill it? Wild. Don't see anybody there. And so the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, adventurer. Save me the hassle of... never mind. Hey, level 50! Heck yeah! Is this another AoE? It is another AoE. Wait, I need to... gonna have to get another bar. Well, don't need any more gear, so I'll just be taking the money. Alright. What? You still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venture. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran of 10 scores battle could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do, but unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you'd need to be capable of slaying, say, a Gubu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down as quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading west and stand on lookout in case a Gubu comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Titus. Okay. Alright. but that Kubu was just hassling the millers is dead. Didn't think you had it in you, adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm not sure if I should tell you our secrets. Alright. This guy is already fishy. Tractor remains unconvinced of your readiness to defeat the dread primal Titus. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, tracked him. You in here drinking again? If you are, that Gubu had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have my word on that. Cleared the beast skull in two with my trusty axe, I did. Not a fact. What will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tractum who slew the Gubu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tractum, the finest axeman ever to serve the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus. Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drunk, sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagan shite I've ever heard. Both of you, outside, will learn the truth the Leminson way. Tracked him. If you didn't slay that Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. Alright. Oh, getting synced down to level 34. Alright, you know the rules. First one to smash the boulder will be judged the Gubu Slayer. Don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheap. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, what the contest we get? Hey, bucko. Paralyzed me. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson, and honest I have. Save your blabbering, Tractum. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please, I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard that he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but he wouldn't believe me, so look, his name was Weisgate. Alright, Weisgate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell's the thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on, tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. Go to Costa del Sol. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limits are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes, then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours. My associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risk and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was brought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him, in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting that I gave you. But I will not send you to Gormoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gegaruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I've said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogamoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see the remaining preparations. This is dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember the fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. I would first like to verify you were not a complete fraud. Master Gegaruju's requests are going to be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I'd like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with a herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Okay. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge that befits your talents. Okay. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit the Costa del Sol in the near future. Master Gekaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gekaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, so Yukari, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients for our chef requires. Naturally, such a fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine. And by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still lived, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would like you to travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landinel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Right. Just the eternal errand runner for this guy who doesn't want to do it himself. He's not testing my mettle. He's just being lazy. Alright. Black Shroud. Camp Tranquil. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. I've been streaming for about an hour. I'm going to take a quick break, step away, and take a stretch. You guys should do the same, and I'll be back. Alright, I have returned. Let's continue, shall we? After we complete this quest, I may go back to Ul'dah and do my Paladin quest. You require assistance, adventurer. So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Yukari. The ingredient you seek is the egg of the giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Okay. Oh, materia. Direct hit. Okay. Let me be clear. The business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are by and large an unforgiving lot. Detto here being a rare exception. I've had to go through great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. Wow, this guy's an asshole. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Yukari. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Wow. Oh, ye of little faith. Well, let's go do this quest. It's literally right just down here. Ow. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you had a good stretch, got a drink. Yeah. Surprised that thing didn't aggro, because it's marked as aggressive. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end. Oh my god. Ha! Such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me, I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanolin. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Uda Nun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Yukari. Okay, well now is a good time to go to the Steps of Nald, and then go start the Paladin quest for level 50. Ethernet, we go to the Chamber of Rule. Like 90k experience. We get a chess piece, we get hallowed ground, and we get some kind of armor. Welcome. Welcome, Paladin. That's such a weird way to say welcome. Welcome, Paladin. I'd hoped to see you before I left. You remained a true friend even after the wrongs I did to you, and I owe you my trust. So I will tell you everything I have learned. After our encounter in the hills, I spent some time in the care of Silkskill, recovering from my wounds. As I convalesced, he gave me the true account of what happened the last few years in his solitary war against the Monoturists. After he went into hiding, he tried to get word to me about what was happening, but I was surrounded by agents in the pay of the Monoturists who kept me isolated and ignorant. They planted the lie that Silkskill was a traitor and tricked me into tracking him down. I was their puppet, twitching obediently at the end of the strings they pulled. But when I discovered that Death's embrace had been behind the demise of my brothers and sisters, they panicked, especially when they found out I had shared the information with you. They set a trap for us and baited it with the promise of a parley with Silkskill. Silkskill was no traitor, as I should have well known. But I allowed myself to be deceived by the whispers and mummers and flatterers. And no, that was not the way of it. It was not their lies that made me blind, but my desire, nay, my obsession to restore our honor. For the Sultan sworn to all paladins who have bent the knee to a higher cause, honor is a means to an end, not the end itself. I lost sight of that, and in so doing lost sight of my true duty. Silkskill understood what was happening, and that is why he gave you the soul of the paladin. It was a monstration, a message. Look how adventurers live, he was telling me. Where does their honor, their authority come from? I owe my position to the machinations of the Monoturists. They calculated that a young captain eager to prove his loyalty, bound by unquestioning fealty, would be all the easier to control. They were right. I am a sham and a fake. But the world does not know that, and even the illusion of power is a power of sorts. I can use it to fight back. I will tell my subordinates that I am fleeing to Snowcloak in Kurthus. When the Monoturists hear of this, as they surely will, they will send assassins after me again. But when they show their hand, I will stand my ground and fight back. I realize you may wish to offer your assistance, however I cannot in good conscience put you in harm's way anymore. You too have become a target of the Cabal's assassins. The odds will be against me, that much is certain, but Silkskill has taught me much, and if I am brave and vigilant, I know I can triumph. I am sorry you have been caught up in our own political struggles, but now, as a paladin, it is time you traveled your own path. Ah yes, Silkskill wished to have a word with you as well. You will find him in Central Thanolin. Allow me to mark the location on your map. Okay. So, now we go to Central Thanolin. Let's see. Where in Central Thanolin is he gonna be? He is going to be, in the train tunnel, so just go to Blackbrush. Yeah, we'll just teleport to Blackbrush. No, not Horizon. Not Horizon. Blackbrush. One second. Okay. Alright, here we are. Where am I going? I need to go this way. Hello, Silksgill. Thank you for coming, Yukari. We haven't much time, so I'll be blunt. Genlands will die if he faces Death's Embrace alone. I know what I must do, and I suspect you do as well. If you are the woman I believe you to be, then we shall meet up again soon. Okay. Find Genland. Follow Genlands to Snowcloak. Alright. See, this is why it's a good thing that I got all of these places when I went to go clear out my hunting log. Which, by the way, that's something else that we did on the last stream. Finished up the hunting log all the way up until I couldn't. I can't get to the Isles of Umbra until a certain point in the main scenario, which we are quite far from right now. We're about 20 levels quest-wise away from being able to go do that. Whee! Got this little mount yesterday too, or last night on the stream. Easy peasy, free mount. Cute as hell. I love it. I love it so much. That's a big bird. Am I going the right way? I am going the right way, I think. Am I? Yeah, I am going the right way. Oh, that's a fate. Okay. Well, we're not doing fates right now. We're going to do the Paladin quest. Hope everybody's doing okay today, tonight. Whatever your time zone might be. For me, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I know in the UK it's, I think, what, about 10? 9 or 10 in the UK? I think it's about 4 a.m. in Japan right now, something like that. I love this little mount. We're almost there. Here we go. This is the finale of the Paladin questline. Oh. Wait for me, I'm here, I'm coming. You as well, I told you to go to ground, this isn't your fight. First Silksgill, now you. Are you both so eager to die? You forget that we're paladins. Wheresoever our duty leads us, we go, and do so of our own free will. To abide by one's own sense of justice is to embrace the paladin's creed. Sworn or unsworn, paladins are true, and the only true oath we swear is the one we swear to ourselves. Now come, let us stand shoulder to shoulder and show the black hearts the metal of our souls and the steel of our swords. Alright. Expected they would say minions, but Void Scent? I'm gonna be tanking anyway, I suppose I should just do this. Yeah. Nope. Bam! Surely the monitors would go to greater lengths than this. Please were called forth by a mage who has his fighters observing as we speak. Spread out and search for anything unusual, but tread lightly, this could very well be a trap. Alright, locate Death's Embrace Master. Well, let's see. Oh. What are the odds this is the master over this way? By this glowing grimoire. Oh. I'm in a cutscene and I'm getting attacked. Oh. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. What sorcery is this? Likely the work of our mage. It pulses with a queer light. Up above. It's the mage. The grimoire is a trap. Ow! I got hit by that. That was stupid. It says that it gives you damage over time. I think I'll go ahead and put that dot on them. Probably go help these guys. Oh gosh. Am I supposed to do something to... No, okay. Probably not. Oh, I do need to be attacking this grimoire. Dumb. Yeah, observant I am. Not a very good thing for a tank. Not being observant. You've done well. You've never flinched from your duty. You followed your path you knew you had to take. And you showed us what it means to be a paladin. And you even managed to prize the scales from Genlin's eyes while you were at it. It's been an honor to know you and watch you grow. In any case, today's battle should blunt the Monitor's dagger, at least for a while. They'll think twice before sending assassins after the Sultan's Sworn again. I trust you will see to this mess, Genlins. Yes, sir. I mean, Captain. Please, sir, return to the capital. Take up your command again. The burden is too much for the likes of me. The Monitors have stolen Oathkeeper. But oaths are not forged in steel. They are sworn in hearts. You never betrayed your oaths, Genlin. And as for your leadership, well, ask this paladin if she learned anything from you. No matter what the circumstances, once a man has left the Sultan's Sworn, he cannot return. No, I followed my own path, and on it I will stay. I have followed you since the day I vowed to join the ranks of the Sultan's Sworn. Has the time come for me to stop following and begin to lead? Thank you for coming. Once again, you placed me into your debt. See me in the city when you return, and I will have something for you. Alright. You kept your oath and awoken the memories of Paladin's past. Here we go. Back to Ulda we go. And now we go to the Chamber of Rule. Welcome, Paladin. These have been troubled times with the Sultan's Sworn, and you have served us loyally. You did what was just, followed the Paladin way, and defended the weak and needy. You are a true Oathkeeper. Honor and right were yours from the very beginning, and that is what made you strong enough to defeat me. The sword, Oathkeeper, has yet to be found, but I have come to realize that I do not need it. Nay, not to lead the Sultan's Sworn, nor to restore our good name. The oaths we keep are in our hearts, not in hallowed blades. Solxagil has left to wander the nations of Eorzea. He is a man of honor, and unless I am very much mistaken, he will continue to look for the sword that was gifted by our ruler centuries ago. I shall continue to serve Ulda as one of the Sultan's Sworn. You shall defend the people of Eorzea as a free paladin. Our paths diverge now, but we shall forever be bound by the oaths we keep in our hearts. Ah, but listen to me. Noble words aren't much good to an adventurer who has to face monsters and menaces out in the real world. Fortunately, I have something that will serve you rather better. This sacred armor has been kept with the Sultan's Horn for many generations. It was given only to those Sultan's Horn who had, through feats of arms and deeds of great courage, earned the privilege to wear it. But something tells me that for the first time since it left the armorer's forge, this armor should go to someone who is not of the Sultan's Horn. If I allowed myself to be a slave to tradition, the paladin who deserves it the most would never wear it. Now, wouldn't that be a waste of fine plate? Just one thing. If anyone asks where you got it, you mustn't say it was me. Okay. Gallant surcoats. And then a chest. Souls of paladins past bequeath you their wisdom. This concludes the Paladin quest for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. In order to untake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must complete the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you've done so, the next Paladin quest will be available from Genlands. Okay. Well, let's see here. Nope, not that. This right here. Let's use it. Ooh. Okay. Equip. 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 And equip. Did I get a shield or a sword or anything? No. Okay. So. Shit. Yeah, look at that. Look pretty good if I do say so myself. Alright. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's make sure I'm wearing... Yep, okay. I am wearing all of my armor that I need. Let's reassign the gear. So if I ever pick up another job, which I plan to soon, I'll be able to switch back and forth easily. Alright. So now I have to finish the main story before I can get any more quests for the Paladin. So I need to go to the Forgotten Springs. Now we can kind of hyper-focus the main quest without getting distracted by much else. Unless, you know, I decide to pick up fishing and go fishing for a little bit at some point. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Weiskit sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. Wow. Okay. Rude. Oh, I don't need any of this now. I mean, I guess I could start picking up caster gear, but nah. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that, and you did manage to obtain the Adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The nun I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am none. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, and the pragmatic. That is why I claim my position, and it is why I still hold it, and it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you are recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle for yourself. Now go slay this old warrior and bring me his necklace. Okay. You know, the adventurer in full armor for Paladin. Just, you know, needs to prove her worth. I guess technically I haven't proven shit to that guy, but you know. All these people who doubt my integrity. How dare they? Alright. Let's travel back over here to the Forgotten Springs. Because I'm lazy and don't want to run. My mount is slow. I'll have to run again, but... Hey, pal. I did your task. Tell me, adventurer. Is our old nemesis dead? It's a fine necklace. It benefits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impressed me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on smaller creatures of the Sigoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Okay. It'll be fine. Well, there's an angler. But that's not the right one. Apparently. It's these ones that are the right ones. Okay. Do 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 do. put the angler down. And then we're gonna go stand over here. Wait, here it is. There we go. Forgot this one. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Your skill as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Yukari. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Weiskrit. Worry not, you have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Weiskrit's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like for you to deliver to him. Okay. What do you want me to deliver? The captain was always fond of brandy wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Weiskit was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Yukari. Okay. Costa del Sol. Let's go! Costa del Sol! Weiskit. Well met, Yukari. Landon and Udanon both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? I have this. Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the nun personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Adelnard this time to obtain it. Okay. The things we do for cheese. Wonderful. Alright, so what do we do for cheese? Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago she sent word that there has been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls docks and speak with Ozan Nazan. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. Okay. What's the hurry, Venturer? Something happened over at the Gabi settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to the Raincatcher Gully. Literally straight up this road. Much as it pains me, we'll probably have to do this dungeon with NPCs. Because since I'm playing on a Japanese server, now is not a great time to queue for anything. Pushka, tongue flaps of Weisket be reaching ears of prey flocks. Uplander is come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chase gobby flock from homes. Gobby flock needs goodly Uplander gives safety to Longstop with much hand lending. Oh boy, that was difficult to say. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let me see something. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm gonna skip trying to queue for a full party right now. There's only 4 parties searching, and some of them may just be searching for like high-level content. So we're gonna go ahead and just do this with NPCs again. What? They don't have jobs? They should have jobs at this point, since they're beyond level 30. That's kind of frustrating. Commence. Alright. Hey, at least this time we can actually fully watch the cutscenes. Since I don't feel bad making people wait. Oh. Straight up dragon. Okay. Well. These NPCs are so frustrating. Like, I started attacking the Galago, and they decided they wanted to kill the Calibri. Kind of annoying. And I definitely can't... Oh my gosh, what is this map? I definitely can't, do big pulls like I would with a real party. I don't trust the NPC healer. So this dungeon is going to be relatively more slow. Which way am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go this way or that way? Okay, so not this way. Got it. I guess follow the mobs. Door is locked tight. Oh, I probably needed to talk to this goblin up here. Whoops. Hey, buddy. Let's go. Gobby flock in danger. Outlanders take gate key. Open head gate. Okay, perfect. Alright. Well. Apparently Uplander, Gobblyflock needs cook and bleeding. Okay. second. Apologies for stopping mid-dungeon. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. We continue. I guess that's a good thing about NPCs if I have to stop for a second. Nobody really complains. I need to go talk to this Pathfinder. Because I have to talk to the other Pathfinder to get through gate 4. That was a pointless side thing. Access Mudstop water gush. I feel like I'm going the wrong way still. I probably am. What the hell? That's the, I think, the next boss right there. Oh, hey, whoops. I mean, I've still been holding aggro. That'd be a deal. This is a real party anyway. Okay, I see. I should have just gone this way instead of going up. That fucking still right the hell away. I would use it more toward the end of the fight, but that's just me. I don't think it's good to use it at the beginning of the fight, like... have 51. Nice. Blade. Okay. Okay. We go this way now. Use Rampart. I don't need you on trash mobs. Just reflexive. Yeah, I knew they were gonna attack this one over here. This way? Once I stepped into that paralyzing view. And of course they're killing the fish. Another boss. Shit. I keep clicking out of the screen when I have to move out of that. Tank Buster. Okay. That was confusing. Cavalry trousers. Open the gate. But see, this is why I would kill stuff like that first, because it does these big area attacks. People don't get out of them quickly. Surprise, surprise. This way. What the hell? Waste of time. I don't like this dungeon. It's less straightforward than the others, but still pretty straightforward. Here it comes. Dragon. Boy. We're gonna turn him around. Tank Buster. fucked that one, didn't I? Healer gonna heal me? Hello? Ow, it poisoned her. What the hell? Back this way. DPS gonna use the limit break? Alright. All done. Would have been so much faster with with real players. Oh boy, alright. Well. Alright. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Brayflock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Cheese's stinkiest gobby treat. A special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda, Brayflocks ever say. Okay. Well, so now, no. We don't want to return. We want to go to Costa del Sol. I gather you solved Bayfrox's little problem. Yep, goblin cheese. By the gods, that unholy stench. This is definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned of what kind of milk they use. Shudder. What do you mean you forgot the wine? Bravo, Yukari. Thanks to you, all our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what is a good exotic feast without an equally explicit aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shameni Lamani. another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shimani Lomani my regards. Okay. Glad we have the 8th right. Got it. The other, we got it last night while I was playing on the stream. Since I was doing the hunting log. Alright. Sweat, grime, and blood. You reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? Well, I have this voucher. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume, Costa del Sol, and there is also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gigaruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dristwise and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. An offer you can refuse. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work. None can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Weiskit must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Birgalant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to a request, but given these circumstances we must needs beg his assistance. Okay. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Venter bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to approach the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight. Oh my god. What an asshole. I take it he said no. Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say I'm surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can go furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most organic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines, were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But it is all too often said the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Byrogrant to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gil we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards might have owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by asking them. Okay. Well. Does this middle door open? No. It's probably up there. Oh no, it's around behind. I'm dumb. So we'll talk to this person first, wherever they are. Right here. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend. But you're a few years too late. Well. That's unfortunate. Bacchus wine. Bah, don't remind me. I used to have a cellar filled with stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from the thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. Well, seems like nobody has any of that Bacchus wine. No luck, Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a inventor. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogamoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that the wondrous ambrosia which filled me with hope may forever be lost to us. I must say, the stock of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation. I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Ritskillet can tell you where to find him. Okay. Alright. Dressed. Oh, you mean the hermit? Hi, I toss him a few gil when I need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed Sting. Okay. Boing, boing, boing. It's great, it's like I can just run past everything. That might be aggressive. How are those dying on their own? What? Oh. What is going on? That's weird. What do you want? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Trust is suffering from extreme duress. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Okay. Well, let's go up this way. We'll get some of these ones instead of those ones because there's something weird going on right there. One more swarm to kill. Alright, perfect. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades did and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I, I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Oh, I get both of those. Gust appears to be in greater control of his faculties. I wish to thank Shamini for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamini for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Okay. I'm not gonna have to fight anything? What? Okay, now we can go back to Point Force. It's been some time, Yukari. What news do you have of Drest? Ah, yes. I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Drest and I. 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. It's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Yukari. It was a very good year. Gubu's frowning. Shamini Lamini is rubbing with glee. And he wishes to share a reason why with you. By the gods, Yukari, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of the Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Ring Catcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. I didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of such a beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubus are more territorial than others. You may have to defend yourself. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to do that. I can just go back to Wineport. What did Joss have to say, Yukari? Tell me everything. Aha, I was right. The smell, the texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice inventor could... Do I look like a novice? Hello? Look at me in that armor. 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me, but why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Birgalint. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about the craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of the label... This couldn't possibly be. A 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time, but now I realize it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruji will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Yukari. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to the Captain of Weisket. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Okay, back to not the Steps of Null. We're going to go back to Costa del Sol. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me, so what of the wine I asked you to bring? Is that 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Yukari. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her the banquet is about to begin. have the look of a woman who has been through the seventh hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor, and this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Lady Y'shtola, Lady Mori. A thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment. And unlike me, Yukari has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, that's fair's fair. There's no sense in hiding it any longer. We five were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be god-slayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference in for their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of helpless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the five of you deigned to test Yukari with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I'm sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as a child of the sands and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Yukari, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side. Wily Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe from mighty Rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We five of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Yukari Mori, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Yukari Mori, Titan's Bane. Yukari Mori, Titan's Bane. Bronze-skinned beauty. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Oh, exotic feast. Right here. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Oh my gosh. Talk to everybody. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Linsa Eorzea or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ah, Yukari, you brave fool. Promise me when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonel sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, Yukari. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge them, Yukari. This banquet is as much for the company as it was for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosha. There you will meet with Riol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain hiding until you give the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more reasonable once you comprehend the risks involved in our method. At least they're not super far apart. My slash whistling? Oh no, okay. Just standing there and clicking. This is frustrating. Build? Oh no. Oh, he's up there. Fuck. Of course he's up. How do I get up there? Oh, okay. I'm just dumb. Like usual. Just dumb like usual. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one the captain said would come calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. Lord of Crags. Years ago when we was weighing up how to go how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beesman aetherite you see. Yeah, what's that look for? Not familiar with them? He speaks of an unamplified aetherite which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Yukari. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlayan lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. The tunnels beneath Ogamoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Ha, give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds were always digging new tunnels and filling old ones with traps. One wrong step and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide, to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way round, and it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Agamaro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Aethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there weren't Aetherite shards around the depths of Ogamoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the live stream. Ah, well there's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlayan bloke help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I didn't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlayan scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if Aetherites in question happen to be... Ah, yes, but in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zalma's Run and take a closer look at the Aetherite? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way, not you can't handle, mind. So this is the Aetherite the company of heroes used to gain access to Titan's sanctuary. As this Papalimos speculated, in its present state, this Aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Yukari. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible I may be able to stabilize the Aetherite signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Now, let us see if I am worth my salts. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. New regular duty has been added to the duty finder. Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I hope you all have a great evening. I'll be back a little bit later tonight. We will continue. Tonight we'll fight Titan in the naval, and yeah, I'm excited to keep going. I can't wait to get out of A Realm Reborn and start doing like Heavensward and stuff. So, alright, you guys have a great one. I will see you all later.